Hey everybody, Matt Davis here. Second video in a series of just an update on the state of the insurance marketplace, as well as ways to not be a victim of the insurance situation right now economically. That means, don't willfully do something or inadvertently do something that gets you canceled, non-renewed, or just, kicked out of your current program. Even if you do find a better cost program out there are steps you can take to protect yourself in case that new program becomes more of a pipe dream and not a realistic item. So first things first, we do need to remember, as I said on a prior video, that insurance companies are like any other business, just like an insurance agency, just like a barber shop or a restaurant. They're in business to make money. And if they can stop doing certain things that lose them money, they would do that. So with an insurance company, they would prefer to not do business with customers that are statistically more likely to cause them to have to pay out more frequent and higher claim dollars. So anyway, here are a few ways to stay away from being a victim. First things first, the knick-knacky high frequency claims. As a licensed agent, we legally can't tell somebody and demand them not to file a claim, but let's look at the dollars and cents of the matter. If you're not going to make at least 2 to 3 times, if not more, your deductible amount back in a claim, don't file a claim. And there's a big caveat to that, or an if, or an assumption. That is an assumption that you are actually carrying an adequate deductible amount. $250, $500 deductibles on auto, not really the norm anymore. Minimums we recommend are 500 comprehensive, 1,000 collision. You're going to get a little bit of premium dollar there, but then also now we're looking at things you're going to force yourself to absorb those smaller claims. Somebody keys a door in your car. Somebody breaks out a window in your car and steals something from in it. Unfortunately, in today's marketplace, we as consumers have to self-insure those more often. On your home, if you have a minor water leak and you cleaned it up and there was no damage to it, look at what the cost is to rectify and remediate anything else from it before you file a claim. Do not wait before filing a claim, but give it a day. If it's not an emergency, think it through. Okay. Next one, keep your records clear. What this means is don't be an idiot while driving. Don't get a DUI. I mean, these are all bonehead things we all remember when we first got our license, taking the permitting exams in every state. Do not give that a reason to be there. Also, if you have a whole bunch of claims in your past, there's what's called the CLUE reporting system. It's the clearinghouse for claims, and every insurance company subscribes to it. So like myself, Matt Davis, as well as his home address, if I had a homeowner's claim, both of those are going to be tagged with that claim, which means that if I sold my house, the next buyer of it, if it's within the last 3 to 5 years, is going to have to address that on an insurance application or risk not getting coverage. So make sure you keep yourself clear on there. If you happen to have Class A or Class B licenses, then you need to really make sure, because you get higher point numbers on there. Also, remember, texting and driving, even if it is not a point in certain states or a moving violation, it is for insurance. So you might see that, I only have 1 or 2 points on my motor vehicle record, but on my insurance record, I'm being charged for 6. Do not get into that position. Next, or third, do not adjust your mileage from what the carrier issues. Almost every carrier now is using what's called verified mileage. They're using Carfax reports. They're using whatever else they can think of that allows them to get third-party verification of mileage. We could thank most elected insurance commissioners for not allowing us just to use real-time mileage. We have GPS. We have the ability to track that. I mean, during the COVID-19 timeframe, certain health agencies were getting aggregate data of cell phone movements. Sounds like Big Brother, 1984 book kind of stuff, but there's ways to do that responsibly. Unfortunately, in the United States, our elected officials, instead of being appointed and actually serving as professionals, many times our insurance commissioners are springboard positions for political careers and not necessarily to serve the public. But your verified mileage, you need to use it. If you don't, you're going to red flag yourself. It could get you a 30-day notice of cancellation on a new policy, and then you're out. Or it can also, it can hurt your broker. And it's going to hurt you too, because you're going to have you'll have it to where there might have been some consideration on mileage in the past. Going forward, nobody will consider it. Next item, for properties and homes, maintain your property. What this means is there needs to be pride of ownership needs to be shown. You can be proud of your home, but if you've got peeling paint, peeling soffit, you've got cracks in the mortar of all the bricks on the veneer of your home, you've got a crack in a window, you've got faded paint, as I said, you've got curling up, or you got cupping and curling of your shingles. These are all things that insurance companies are going to Once you get inspected, they're going to oust you for. There's also certain types of electrical panels that are no longer liked. So if you do anything to update your home, let your broker know. That's if you update your roof, if you update your electrical, like you changed out one of those bad electrical panels, you updated your HVAC system or your plumbing. It could be partial updates. It could have been a bathroom remodel. Bring it up because that can help improve the attributes of your home or your property. This accounts for commercial property too. Keep trees and shrubs away from your home. Do not let them touch. Do not let them hang over, because that's all stuff that's going to trigger an insurance company to want to get off your risk. Keep your yard and surrounding area neat and tidy. Neat and tidy to some is not neat and tidy to others. So you need to go towards more of those anal retentive people where they are very, very sticklers on, hey, if it's not a right angle, it's a wrong angle when they're putting things away on a shelf. Think of it that way. You're not doing it for yourself now. If you know you have an insurance inspection coming up, take care of it. And the worst thing I have to suggest is tell your neighbors to do the same. Insurance companies out there, I'm not going to name names, but there are 3 of them, and they're 3 of the few that are still actively and aggressively issuing home and auto business in California. They will evaluate and they will underwrite to the neighborhood, which means that if your neighbor has trip and fall hazards and has crap all over his or her yard and they're 3 doors down or at the end of the block from you, they're going to treat it as if it's yours. And many times they'll cancel coverage. So knowing that's the case, the best defense from being a victim is a good offense. Don't do anything that's going to cause, or don't do anything or fail to do things that are going to cause you to get in those scenarios. Lastly, I want to just touch on the subject of switching insurance companies in this current climate. If you find a new insurance company that is better in terms of coverage and price, I wouldn't move just for $100 a year. You open yourself some issues there. One of the issues is that if you move to a new insurance company, they are going to exercise the right to inspect your property. If I moved from insurance company A to insurance company B effective tomorrow, I would not cancel my old insurance company A policy until I got past about 30 days or 28 days with the new one. I might be on the hook for some duplicate coverage premium there for a week or two, because not most insurance companies won't cancel all the way back, but that'll have gotten me through that first 30 days of the inspection period on company B to know that, okay, they've looked at my house, they've looked at my property, they're not going to cancel me, and then I'm stuck without being able to go back to company A. Because if you leave an insurance company now, a good example is any of them have these underwriting holes. If you left Mercury today and went to say Travelers or wherever, and Travelers cancels you a month from now, and you go back to Mercury's going to make you wait 2 to 4 weeks. So then you have a potential of being negative coverage and not being protected. So just be sure you're cognizant of what you're doing. Plan ahead. One of the best things I recently had happen with a client we'll be taking on most likely in a few months is right now it's the beginning of August 2023. They're planning on relocating to California sometime as early as January of 24. They've already identified neighborhoods they're looking at moving into, this and that. They've engaged their agent, which is now us, to get them pricing and prepare them. And they know that right now they need to have no less than 30 days lead time, but plan on 45 to 60 just in case something else happens in the marketplace. But they already have rough budgets for premiums, this and that, assuming there aren't any drastic rate increases from insurance companies. So anyway, that's a quick update on how not to be a victim. Best of luck to everybody. If you do have questions, the team here at GDI Insurance is here to help. We're here to consult, and we're here to help. We're here to walk you through the weirdness of today's insurance climate. Have a great day.